Today's Woe Is Me episode is brought to you by SeatGeek, the presenting sponsor of the Bill Simmons podcast and Channel 33. Enter promo code BS and buy Broncos, Panthers tickets on SeatGeek. They'll send you $100 on your purchase. Don't be fooled by other sites that track hundreds in extra fees for the big game. SeatGeek's Broncos, Panthers prices are the lowest out there. They always show you the full price up front, no hidden fees to get $100 off your Super Bowl ticket purchase. Download the free SeatGeek app and enter promo code BS. And here's a little tip. Any home security that says it's free has a huge contract attached. 3 years, thousands of dollars, you're locked in. Well, there's a better way to protect your home. Oh, yeah. Simply Safe Home Security. They are also sponsoring today's BS podcast. No long-term contract, 24/7 protection, $14.99 a month. That's it. It's the only security I trust for my special 10% off discount. Please visit simplysafebill.com. And the BS podcast is also brought to you by Channel 33, our second podcast channel that features pop culture shows like The Watch, Bachelor Party, The Andy Greenwald Show, and starting next week, Jam Session with Amanda Dobbins and Juliette Littman. Oh, yeah, that's our title, Jam Session. Subscribe right now on iTunes or SoundCloud or Stitcher, or get the latest episodes at BillSimmonsPodcast.com. And sadly, we're off. The cuz.
Clear enough for you?
You haven't taken a round 3 beating like that in a while.
This can't be about me. You're way too chipper about this Monday morning. I don't like this.
You know, I feel blessed, Sal.
You do?
I feel blessed that I root for a team that won 4 Super Bowls.
Word about this.
That made the Final Four 5 years in a row. Mm-hmm. Every year came down to a couple plays. Sometimes it's just not your day. Sometimes the sheriff just has to come in and get 8 first downs over the last 3.5 quarters and then get all the credit for beating you. Sometimes that has to happen. The sheriff did not have a drive over 50 yards the last 3.5 quarters.
No, I believe
Everybody's
it.
like, oh, he did it again. It's like, no, the Broncos defense killed us. Their front four annihilated us. That's why we lost. Right there are these stats today. Brady got hit like 20 times.
23 times.
23 times.
Most
And
all year.
in the last 10 years since they started keeping track of hits, it's the record, regular season or playoffs.
Right.
I mean, he got annihilated. We couldn't block.
And yet, could have won at the end easily, right? I mean, it was so lopsided and was still your game, Patriots game at the end.
Yeah. We just knew. We knew there were red flags with this game. I called you yesterday. We ended up making a salvage bet on Brady completions, which we won by a half completion.
Right.
26.5 completions.
We were going to do
Somebody pulled that off.
completions, attempts, and yards. All would have hit, right?
All would have hit.
Oh, man.
So, in the moment, here's where they lost the game. And in the moment, I didn't realize it. I was fine with it. When they went for 4th and 1, 6:03 to go.
Right. I'm channeling the same play. I have it written down.
Yeah, they ran one of the worst 4th and 1 plays I've ever seen in my life. It was a misdirection lob screen to Edelman, who had 3 guys on him and caught 19 things could have gone wrong.
Right.
Him getting tackled behind the line of scrimmage was the best outcome.
Yeah.
But
I think we rewind it a little bit because I think that's the key play of the game. Because if Amendola doesn't break that tackle,
It's
which was
4th and
crazy,
5.
It's 4th and 5. You for sure go for a field goal.
Yep.
As stubborn as Belichick is, you go for a field goal there. But because it's 4th and 1, and by the way, he breaks the tackle and then loses his feet. Like him losing his feet was as mysterious as him breaking the tackle.
Yeah.
So he loses his feet. It becomes 4th and 1.5, and it's just a Belichick way. You're going to go for it. I don't think it's a bad move.
I was fine with it in the moment.
Right. I think it was a bad move. And that pass might have made it too, but Brady had people in his face like he did the whole game. So he had to lob it, and then all of a sudden there are 3 guys on Edelman to block him up behind the line of scrimmage.
I was fine with it because we needed a touchdown anyway. And I'm like, 6 minutes left, kick a field goal down 5. They can just run the clock out. Because in the game, in the moment, it felt like Denver's offense was doing better than it was. And then I looked at these stats. So Denver had an 83-yard drive to start the game, 11 plays.
Right.
Here's the rest of their drives. 3 plays, 4 yards, punt. 2 plays for -4 yards, backward pass that they ruled dead, even though it was clearly a backward pass, and we were just going to run it in for a touchdown, but let's whistle that dead.
Right.
6 plays, 41 yards, punt. 3 plays for 16 yards, TD off the Von Miller interception. 3 for 5 punt, 3 for -4 punt, 6 for 23 field goal, 3 for -5 punt, 7 for 34 punt, 3 for -1 punt, 10 for 48 field goal, 3 for 3 punt,
They're going
3
to
for
Super
0
Bowl.
punt.
They're going to the Super Bowl. Unbelievable.
But we should have kicked the field goal. Our defense was doing great. I didn't even really totally realize it at the time because Nance and Sims were, taking turns with the Manny jerk-off session.
Wow.
Well, they were.
You have
It was
to
like,
take
Jim,
turns.
your hand's tired? Let me take over for 10 minutes.
It's in their contract. One can't hog it.
Peyton Manning, 160 yards.
Yeah.
2 dropped interceptions and a pass that went backwards and should have been a touchdown. Oh, my God. What a performance. The sheriff.
They love the sheriff.
He did make 2 great throws to Daniels. They did
That was
They
it.
burned
Those are the
Jamie
big
Collins
ones.
twice, and he threw a pass that was a lob up for grabs that Malcolm Butler should have picked that Sanders, for some reason, jumped a foot higher and caught.
I'm getting a lot of responses on Twitter saying that you jinxed the team, saying we get every kick under 50 yards.
I said under 55, yeah.
Under 55, and that man
Yeah.
doesn't have a white tight end to throw to. Did you say
Yeah,
something like that?
I said both of those things.
Yeah. That's pretty bad.
Tate can vouch for this. I almost picked Denver before the Friday podcast, and I was like, Tate, I'm laying out the whole case. I'm just going to own it and try to reverse jinx the hell out of the Broncos. And I did the whole case, and then at the tail end, I was like, screw it. I'm going to pick the Pats. I should just stuck with it.
It was bizarre to me because the line was 3 in most places all week, and every director of every sports book that was interviewed says, we're getting pounded with Patriots money. Oh, my God, we're getting killed. And then it's like, oh, well, why don't you move it to 3.5? Like, oh, no. The Sharps will gobble up the Denver if we move it to 3.5. It's like,
Yeah.
all right, isn't that how business works? Who cares? Don't you want equal? But anyway, they did eventually move it to 3.5, and the hour before the game, people pounded the hell out of Denver
So
to a point where you could get New England -3 plus 105 in some places.
Wow.
Yeah. So
Not to
bizarre
sound like
betting.
Nance, but Sal, we talked about this yesterday on the phone.
We did.
And I was asking you, was this all conspiracy by the Sharps to just keep betting New England -3 until it got to 3.5, and then they were going to double their bets on Denver 3.5? And it seems like that's what happened.
I think it is what happened.
Vegas,
You can't
stay away.
I don't know. I've been around this game so long, but I still can't figure it out.
It did seem like we were headed for, when we missed the extra point,
Yeah.
in my head, I was like, we're going to win by 2, and Denver's going to cover. I still didn't feel like the Pats were going to lose. I
didn't
just
either,
thought
but-
Manny was going to give us the ball like 3 times.
I did feel like you weren't going to get that 2-point conversion.
Me too.
I did too. That's
Yeah.
why I thought like the second 4th down, and even though it was just on the other side of 2 minutes, maybe kick the field goal there. I was like, this is maybe where you kick the field goal. The one where it ended up being incomplete to Gronk. He had 3 guys on him. I'm sure
Yeah.
he thought it was pass interference. But if you kick it,
Why did I think it was pass
I don't know,
interference? Because
everybody-
Talib was holding him and pulling him down when he tried to jump?
I don't know.
It was one of my reactions.
you throw in triple coverage, a guy better be
Yeah,
punched
I
in
was-
the face. You know, everybody.
I'm not against it, but he got interfered with.
Right. Okay. No, but here's the thing with Denver, playing in Denver, the kickoff is going to go through the uprights. So they're going to start at the 20, and yeah, you have to stop them. If they get a 1st down, it's over. But like you just read, the drives they weren't lighting the world
So
on
if
fire
we-
with those drives.
Yeah, if we kick the field goal and we make it, which Goskowski missed an extra
Down
point,
5.
so who knows? We're down
They
5,
start
6
from the
minutes
20.
left.
Yeah.
They start from the 20. We have 3 timeouts and the 2-minute warning.
Oh,
so
you're
we
talking
stop
about the first one. I'm talking about the second 4th down that they went for. But yeah,
Oh, yeah.
the 4th
that
and 1 I still would have gone. I don't know.
Well, at that point, we had to go for it. There was 2 minutes left.
It's 4th and 10. You had 3 timeouts.
You're saying kick it, punt? Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah. It's still-
That didn't even occur to me.
Yeah. It was still like 2:10 left or something. So you would have 3.
Oh, yeah, it was
timeouts
like
in 2
2:20
minutes.
left.
Denver would have started at the 20.
Well, didn't Cincinnati do that in the Pittsburgh game, right? They kicked a field goal when it was like, what the hell are you guys
Yeah,
doing?
right.
And then it actually worked, and they
Right.
got the ball back,
Yeah.
and they scored.
So that would have been it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Only because I thought they weren't getting that 2-point conversion. But you were very upset. You actually called. You haven't called me all year, and you called me in the
I
middle
did.
of the game.
I blacked out for an
don't
hour
remember
and a
this?
half. I don't.
Hold on. I recorded it.
You did?
We're so lucky I recorded it. Here it is. Cousin Sal, sportsish guy here. I'm just sipping my 5th Grey Goose and Sunny Delight Jello shot here, trying to watch this Pats game. I can't believe my eyes.
that cheating juicehead gorilla Ed Hockley single-handedly destroying Tom Twinkle-Toe Teletubby Brady's legacy. I don't think the Pats will ever get a fair trial in Manitowoc County. Hashtag making a murderer. I'll tell you what I'm doing. I'm turning the game off right now, putting on my favorite new drama. It's about Carson Palmer's career after football. He works in a hardware store in the pick department. He sells ice picks with Steve DeBerg, Tom Tupa, and Ty Detmer. It streams on random stoplights throughout the city. And it's called Delome Depot. Delome Depot, you get it? Well, I'm going to go finish watching Delome Depot. Hopefully Patriots can overcome these garbage referees. I've had enough of this game. Sports this guy, over and out. Guskowski, Bojan Bogdanovic.
Delome Depot.
Delome Depot's pretty good.
Damn.
Delome Depot is always stuff's falling out of the shelves.
Very weird.
So
It just was unpatriotic football from the beginning. Obviously, Brady throwing the picks. He was under siege the whole
why
game.
did we
but
get the
Von
ball
Miller
to
pick,
start?
That was weird. That
We
was
never
very
do that,
strange.
ever.
Why are you not bumping receivers at the line of scrimmage? Why on 3rd and 8?
That first drive, we're 10 yards back.
Off the ball.
Yeah.
Like, so many things were strange. And
We
then,
were playing LaFell or Keyshawn Martin. I think they had like 90 snaps combined. He threw to him once.
Right, yeah.
But yet we threw to James White.
16 times.
I hate calling people bad, but he's just not good. He's not a quality running back.
Yeah.
Like the Deion Lewis thing really hurt us. How many times did they throw deep to him on a linebacker that had no chance? Like 6 times?
A
It's
couple
like just
times it
6
did have a
throwaways.
chance. A couple times it did have a chance, though.
But he's not a good. He
No, I
doesn't
know.
catch that play. Like he doesn't take the right route. There's one in the end zone. It felt like he could have caught. He was like running the wrong direction.
yeah, that's not the game plan. 16
We
targets.
really missed Shane Vereen in
James
that
White.
game. Really, really, really missed him. That was a Brady security blanket. But
maybe the moral of the story is you can't do it without a running game. I mean, the offensive line had its problems and everything, but you have to have 50 yards on the ground, and 13 can't be from your quarterback, right? You have to have 50?
yeah, I mean, Denver basically said, we're not blitzing. We don't believe you're going to run on us.
Yeah.
We're just going to rush 3 and 4. We think we can get to Brady anyway. And we're just going to throw defensive backs all over the place. And it worked. Wade Phillips, he was your coach.
I know.
He outwitted Belichick yesterday.
I don't know what to do now. Wade Phillips and DeMarcus Ware, rather.
I thought
What do
they
I
should
root
have gone single back, Amendola, Edelman, Gronk, and a second tight end. If I was playing Madden, that's the defense I would have gone with.
Just a
Make
block.
make Denver take some of those D-backs off the field, and then you can do other stuff.
Oh, God.
I thought our game plan was, I thought our strategy was bad. I hated all of it.
Malik Jackson, Von Miller, they all had 2 steps on, and that was the other thing. So playing on the road, I'm sure you're happy you got the 2 seed. Belichick tanked all those games, but that was it. Those plays. Now, Brady's not doing a hard count. They're anticipating the snap the whole game.
It's even worse
They
than
got
that.
in.
It was like 20 degrees in Boston yesterday.
That would have been good. I know.
It snowed. There were 8 inches of snow. It was
Right.
freezing. Manning is on the record as saying, I can barely feel my fingers anyway, but when it gets cold past a certain point, I just can't feel my right hand.
Right.
We could have had it. They gave away week 16 and week 17, or the Pats aren't that good. And maybe they fooled us this whole time because they couldn't block. They couldn't run the ball.
Yeah.
We were down to like our 5th string running back.
Yeah.
We had guys on the offensive line where you're like, God, I mean, Cannon played one of the worst games in the history, one of the worst big games in the history of the Patriots yesterday. And I've been watching Patriot games since 1974. It's in the discussion for worst ever. Just couldn't, like Von Miller just going around him every time. It's like you can't shuffle four steps over to just stay in his way. Like every time he's going to do this,
Right.
and he just couldn't block him. And we had no plan B.
Yeah.
Normally, it'd be like, let's try somebody else. It was like, who are they going to try?
Nothing.
And yet, with all this said, I feel like they could have won.
Sure.
That's the weird thing about that game. It's like, we were terrible. We had obvious holes. Their defensive line was better than anything we did, and we still had a chance to win. Just bizarre. On the road.
And Goodell gets the last laugh. Big smile on his face. Rule change with the extra point moving back. And Guskowski misses it.
I don't blame Gostkowski one iota.
Well, you should. Because a lot of guys make that kick.
Well, I blame him a little bit. But he really is one of the 20 best Patriots ever. I made the list yesterday. I don't want to read it to you.
No, it's fair. You can.
I made a list yesterday because
I think
I
people
was like,
like
I think
to see
he's
the
one.
list.
All right, here's my list.
Let me just say, everybody was excited to change this rule. Oh, the kick will be so much more exciting from the 33. That's terrific. And now we have the sixth best team going to the Super Bowl. That's good. How
And they
exciting
might lose
is
by
that?
30 points.
Oh, so exciting.
Congratulations. We still might have lost in overtime, though.
Maybe.
All right, so here's my list. I probably forget one person. I'll go quick because nobody really probably cares. Tom Brady, John
What?
Hanna, the best left guard of all time.
All right.
Gronk, Willie McGinnis, Vince Wilfork, Andre Tippett, Ben Coates, Teddy Bruschi, Troy Brown, Adam Vinatieri, Ty Law, Bruce Armstrong, Mike Haynes, who was amazing.
Oh,
And then
yeah.
we let him go to Oakland. Randy Moss, Drew Bledsoe. I got to put him on there.
Yeah, he kind of got
Some
it
good
back
runs.
going
Took
again.
us to some playoff games. Goskowski, Stanley Morgan, the steamer. Jim Nantz, never saw him play, running back from the 60s.
Right.
Gino Capoletti. And then I had Mike Vrabel 20th.
Uh-huh.
And there might be somebody I forgot. But Goskowski, so I had him 16th
Right.
all time. He's amazing. He's an amazing kicker. He's
Right.
made long kicks over and over again. Most reliable. Like we had Vinatieri and Goskowski. We've had those guys for 20 years
Where'd
and
you
never
have
had to worry about
Vinatieri?
kicks.
Where do you? Is this just a list, or no? That's 1 to 20, right?
Yeah. I
Where's
had Vinatieri
Vinatieri?
10th.
10th and Goskowski 11th. Is that?
No, I had him like 16th.
Oh, 16th.
But yeah, we've had two of like the best 6 or 7 kickers
Right.
in the history of football.
No Curtis Martin.
Well, he's only in the team for a couple years.
Right. I'm trying to really quickly think.
Like Laura Malloy is like on the
Bruschi.
bubble. Bruschi was on there.
Yeah, you had.
Yeah.
The only
Most
thing
of
with
the
your
guys
list is I think Gronk can go to 2.
John Hanna was
Eventually, I mean, like in 3 years.
Yeah. John Hanna, when he finished playing, everybody was like, that's the greatest guard we'll ever see in our entire lives. There was nobody better than that guy. So it's hard for me to. Gronk, by the way, was incredible. And nobody's going to remember this game 5 years from now from a Patriot standpoint. But
Phenomenal.
the pass Brady made to Gronk on fourth for the season,
Yeah.
where they know we're going to Gronk, he goes down the middle. It's the play everyone knows we're going to run. He's got 2 guys on him. He's
Yeah.
open by a half step.
Tremendous.
And Brady makes one of the 3 best throws of his entire career.
Yeah.
And completes it. And then the touchdown was equally amazing.
But still, you have to bring it in this day
yeah.
and age of the
Guys are
ball. Is it
stripping 'em.
moving? Is it hitting the ground? Then we saw something, which I think was his knee, that looked like it might have hit the ground. Like, whoa, what was that? But no, he brought it in. And then, you're right. And then the touchdown, where you thought...
Thought he was out of bounds, right? How is he
any
not out of
mortal
bounds?
would have been out of bounds there, I thought.
Yeah.
Yeah. And not to kill you, but everything I read this morning says that he was
Yeah.
wide open on the 2-point
They
conversion.
didn't have the right angle of it.
No.
Brady didn't have a ton of time on that.
No, he didn't. The whole thing, everything.
When there's no threat to run at all on the 2-point,
Yeah.
it's a problem.
I think their 2-point play was probably the throw to Edelman on 4th and 1. I think that's probably was going to be their 2-point play. It looked like a 2-point play, but I don't know. I said last week on the podcast, Belichick comes up with a plan to score 21. They should win, and I stand by that. 21.
I said a house on Friday. I picked the Pats because we get to 27 every game.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't think Broncos can get to 27. I have to take the Pats. And yet we got to 18. And so you look at like the worst
Yeah.
losses of the Belichick-Brady era, every time it's because the offense couldn't score,
Right.
right? Super Bowl 36, 17 points. Super Bowl
26-16
42.
against Denver. Yeah.
42 was, I think, what was that, like 22 to 21 or some weird score? This game was 18 points.
Yeah.
The Baltimore game in 2013, that was 13 points.
Right.
I ranked my worst Patriots losses ever, since we're on the subject.
Let's see that.
Yeah. Tyree, number 1. Super Bowl 20 against the Bears, number 2, just because
Yeah.
it was over in like 5 plays,
It's a
and then you
weird-
had to watch it for 3 hours. It was really one of the worst 3 hours of my entire life.
Right.
Just terrible. We're team of destiny, and it's like within a minute we're down 10 to 3 or whatever it was.
Yeah. Refrigerator parried and spiked the ball till 3 hours later. But yeah.
It was a 3-hour ass kicking of just mammoth proportions. Super Bowl 46 Giants, the Welker. I can still see it over his head. That was a ring. Game's
Yeah.
over. He catches it. We win.
Yep.
Pats Raiders 1976. One of the first times I almost cried from sports.
Really?
Sugar Bear Hamilton roughing the passer. 2007 AFC title Indy, which they showed this weekend just to torment Pats
Saw a
fans
little
because the
bit of
NFL hates us. 3rd and 3 to win the game. We don't get it. Blow a 20-point lead in the second half. I have this game ranked 6th yesterday. 6th worst loss of my entire life.
Really?
For football, yeah. Super Bowl 31 against Green Bay. We kicked off to Desmond Howard. Still
is it?
at the J Bugs brothers' house, all of us screaming as the ball's in the air, like just knew it was going to be
I think
bad.
you tied on the spread that game. I think it was 13.
Oh, well, that was more of a
pushed.
2013 AFC title, Baltimore, the Ridley fumble. Had the momentum, then all of a sudden they were up 2 touchdowns. And I still don't know what happened that game.
Right.
86 round 2, Rulon Jones at Denver. We're down 3. He sacks Easton in the end zone. And then an unheralded one, 97 round 2, Pittsburgh. We lost 7-6. Bledsoe. It was a really good Pats team. It was one of the most talented teams we ever had, and we just farted.
Who went to the Super? Denver went to the Super Bowl that year.
Denver went to
Beat Green Bay. Is that year?
Yeah.
98 season. Yeah.
No.
90 December 97.
Yeah. That's what it was. Yeah. We played Denver pretty well. Anyway,
You don't
that's my
put
top
that-
10. What was your worst
You don't
loss
put
ever?
that Ravens. You don't put that Ravens. Ray Rice Ravens when they ran all over them. That was over early.
No, because that was that team wasn't very good.
You might as well put the Eagles of this year because that really screwed everything up. That was a bad loss.
The one that killed us was Miami, week 17.
Yeah.
It's like Miami was done. Their bags were packed.
I know.
Why are we
So
letting them hang
stupid.
around for?
So stupid.
They were playing these games like they didn't care who won.
Yeah.
What was your worst loss ever, just out of curiosity? Was it Romo dropping the extra point?
There's just so many. That was terrible. But, I remember crying 3 years in a row the Cowboys lost the NFC Championship.
Oh,
So,
you're going way back. Yeah,
I mean, the catch was
the Danny
terrible.
White times.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, the catch was
There's
bad.
so many. There's so many just in the last 5 years.
We should both feel fortunate. Our teams have played a lot of big games.
Nope.
No,
I'm
not
doing
at all.
it. No, not me.
We should mention. Did you think Brady played a good game yesterday?
Yeah, under the circumstances. I think he did very well.
Couple bad throws.
The throw to Von Miller was bad. I didn't feel like he was under pressure. I know that's a great Von Miller play, but it seemed like Von Miller broke before he threw the ball. So that was a bad pass.
Yeah. So Denver was 6-17 on third down, 4.1 yards per pass, 12 first downs total.
Wow.
Yeah, 20 points.
So now
But their
everybody,
defense, like, I don't mean this to sound like sour grapes. Their defense was the best thing on the field in that game, and their defense won the game for them. Right? That's
Right.
football.
defense wins Super Bowls, they say. I don't
Yeah,
know.
except-
I've never been so stunned to see a number 1 seed in the Super Bowl. Right? You?
It's amazing. And that was, I think, the that was the 11th, 12th game this year. 12th game this year that either team could have won that they played.
Oh, the either or games?
Yeah, so it's like at some point winning those either or games is kind of a skill.
Yeah.
You got to hand it to them. If I'm Carolina, if I'm Tate sitting behind us, big Carolina fan, congrats to
Right.
Tate. I'm worried about a fourth quarter. I'm down 2, and I'm playing this team that has pulled games out of their buttholes all year. That's a skill to win those games.
It definitely is. And I feel, not to get morbid on anyone, but like when your grandfather's dying
Yeah.
and they're like, this is it. He's in trouble. It's going to be any day now. And then it's like, oh, Grandpa had a really good day. It's like, oh, wow. And then 36 hours later, he's gone.
So Peyton Manning's grandpa?
This is it. He's got.
What a great scenario.
This is a death rattle. He's like he's coming back just for one more. He knows what he has to do to keep it going, but he also knows it's over soon.
If he wins the Super Bowl, do you think they're going to have to hose Nance down? What happens? What happens to Nance and Sims?
No, they're not going
Do
to
they
make
have
it
to
out.
have? It's almost going to be like the first time ever where an announcer took Viagra without taking Viagra.
Wow,
It could be 4 hours for him. He might
Right.
have to go see a doctor after 4 hours.
this is getting gross.
Thank you. So, Sal, it's 2016. Mm-hmm. It's time for fresh starts.
Okay.
Unless you're the NFL and 40-year-old Peyton Manning's in the Super Bowl again. You need to stop overpaying for great shaves. You need to tell your face.
It's a Jeffrey Ross staple. I love it.
The good people at Harry's sent me a shaving kit a few months ago. I've been using their blades ever since. Swear to God.
Doesn't really look like it, but
Well, I haven't shaved in 2 weeks, but
Okay.
when I shave, I use Harry's. Close shaves, no shaving cuts, everything I wanted.
Nice.
And what's good is when I grow the beard and then I shave it, the Harry's blades actually make the beard come off without ruining my face. Why pay $32 for an 8-pack of blades when you can get them for one-half the price at Harry's.com? Their starter set, an amazing deal, just $15. You get a razor, moisturizing shave cream, 3 razor blades, and you even get $5 off your first order with promo code BS. Go to Harry's.com right now, enter promo code BS at checkout. Your face will appreciate it. Tell your face, Sal.
Tell your face. I love it.
We should tell the background of that joke. It's Jeff Ross, who has brought us more enjoyment than just about anyone. When he would do stand up, if he saw somebody who didn't seem like they were having a good time, he would ask them if they were having fun, and they would say yes, and he would say, "Really? Well, tell your face."
It's so stupid. And he claimed it as his until I watched Mr. Saturday Night, the
Billy Crystal
Billy
had
Crystal
it?
movie, and he did it at least 6-7 years before, but it's Jeffrey Ross's.
I want to, I was ripping Daily Fantasy,
Yeah.
especially after I read that New York Times piece. And then, to their credit, the Daily Fantasy community reached out to me in the kindest possible way to tell me about single entry. Oh, no, it wasn't kind at all. They were
wasn't?
really mean. Oh, no. But that's fine. So I messed around with the single entry.
What is that? I'm not sure I know that.
So you can enter tournaments where there's only one entry per
Oh, okay.
username, so it's like a little bit more of a fair playing field, because who knows how they do these scripts. So the DraftKings is saying now that they're getting rid of the scripts, but
Right.
you never know if somebody's putting in
Sure.
27 variations of the same lineup. So I played yesterday. I won't say where, and I won $800.
You did?
In a $100 league. Yeah,
What?
yeah. I had this lineup that had Cam Newton at QB.
Wow.
I had the Carolina defense. I had Gronk. I had Greg Olsen as my flex guy. And if I had done 2 lineups and had one with Ted Ginn and one with Danny Amendola, which was the one I used, if I had used Ted Ginn, I would have won the whole thing. But I used Amendola.
So what place did you come in?
I came in 3rd place.
Third place. Is that the IRS calling for that?
No, that's our agent who knows that we tape this podcast
Yeah.
that Monday at this time and calls every
You know
time
what,
anyway.
baby? I don't give
That
a
baby,
shit.
I don't know what time it is,
I
baby.
need to brag about my weekend. You got to take this call.
So, yeah, so Daily Fantasy was fun. I was
Wow,
into it.
you're back
I'm watching
in.
the 49-15 game. Like, come on, no more points.
I think they let you back in. I think they let you win. So
You know what?
it's a good thing.
Oh my God.
He's got to be kidding me.
But Daily Fantasy, I don't know. I'm willing to reconsider it.
Yeah.
It seems like the single
all
entry
you
might
need is
be.
a win.
But
Yeah.
here's the thing: I like fantasy and I love gambling, so
Yeah.
I'm kind of the target audience.
I like beating of guys we know. That's it.
Well, we could do leagues, I
Get
guess.
in.
Where
Yeah, I think that's the fun part of it.
yeah.
Right?
Well, so me putting Cam Newton ahead of Brady in yesterday's game was
Yeah,
probably a
that's a
mental
scumbag
sign.
move.
Well, it's probably a sign that mentally deep down I was worried about the Denver defense.
Right.
I didn't want to admit it. Let's talk about Panthers.
Let's
Seattle
do it.
really quick.
I have a feeling we won't have as much to say about this game, but
I hate saying I told you so.
Yeah.
Because I'm wrong all the time.
no, you did tell me.
I was really worried about this game. You loved Arizona.
No, I mean I picked Arizona starting in week 3, so I was like I might as well take them
You just went
in
down.
this game. Yeah, but you were right, and I can't even point to a play that Patrick Peterson's interception and fumble down 17-7.
Yeah, that
Maybe they
hurt.
could have driven and scored.
Could have been 17-10.
Yeah, something. But
Just had
it
all the
didn't
makings
matter.
the whole time.
It didn't matter.
Palmer never looked comfortable this whole playoffs, and
Right.
I wouldn't be shocked. If it was Manning today, Adam Schefter would have reported that Peyton Manning was playing the whole postseason with a broken hand and
Right.
7 broken ribs.
Right.
But Palmer doesn't seem like anything. He's just like, yeah, my finger was fine, and he didn't seem fine.
No.
Or he just wasn't that good the whole time. And maybe they were a team that was just really good at home when they had receivers and they had the crowd and all that, but
Yeah.
kind of hit or miss anywhere else.
I think they played the best team in football. That's it. That's what happens. And those linebackers wreak havoc on you, and you don't have much chance to get rid of the ball. And he still threw some good passes, but now he's at Delome Depot. So what are you
Home
gonna
field
do?
advantage matters
Yeah.
when you have a slightly better team and you have playmakers on D and you have a quarterback that's melting down a little bit.
on the
That's
other
when
side.
it does feel like the crowd could smell it.
Yeah, you're right. It fell into everything. I don't know why. I was afraid of the line, really. That was 3 all week, too. It's like, why, again, is the home team giving 3? That's seems too fishy. But,
And we had the Pats AFC bet, and we had a Pats Arizona 7-1.
yeah. We didn't
And we're all ready to hedge with a Carolina bet, and then the Pats ended up losing. I'd have more thoughts on this game, but I punched myself in the head like 58 times after the Pats game, and I was semi-conscious.
too bad.
I did not pass the concussion protocol last night.
Our friend Nick was asking me, he's like, you had a lot of money on the Patriots, didn't you? You're walking around dazed. I was like, yeah, same thing. A lot of money on the Pats.
Well, it was low
hedge.
risk, high reward money though. It was smart
Yeah,
bets that
but
we made a while ago.
We checked it off as a win. By the way, we should mention after last weekend, no teasers in Caesars or Harrah's. They did away with teasers. Isn't that
Amazing.
something?
You know what's funny is people always give us shit about doing teasers.
Yeah, I know.
It's like, oh, you guys are teasers.
I
It's
feel like we
yeah,
brought
teasers
it back
win.
into the right.
Yeah.
But now Caesars and Harrah's, because everybody won last week.
We made
almost-
teasers cool again.
We made them cool again, and even the Patriots cover on a teaser plus 2.5.
Yeah.
But 2 casinos did away with them. Probably stupid too, because people would have had Arizona on a teaser. People might have had that under on a teaser.
Would it have been a better Super Bowl if it was Carolina, New England, or Carolina, Denver, just for the whole hype of the Super Bowl of 2 weeks of people talking about it and all that? Would you rather the sheriff in there, or would you rather have the Deflategate Pats?
No, I think any prospect of Brady on the podium with Goodell.
That's what I thought. I don't know if I'm biased.
Not to mention, it would have been the first Super Bowl with a murderer on each team, convicted murderer. Aaron Hernandez, and
He's not on our team anymore.
Well, I know he's not on the team, but having and who was Carolina's
Ray Caruth?
Ray Caruth. That'd have been terrific.
You think they wouldn't have brought them up for the coin
I think
toss?
they would
That
have let him
would've
come
been
out and
awful.
sing the anthem or something.
That is true. That two
been
teams with the worst history.
murder ball.
Plus Janet Jackson's nipple.
Oh right, that's what it was.
A lot of
Yeah.
bad stuff in there.
Yeah, I would have liked that one.
You know, I forgot to mention the Pats' offensive line, total disaster. The Pats never spend money on free agents. Like, they're not going to go out and buy, like, the
Right.
best left tackle. So the good news is, at the very least, we can use our first-round pick on oh, no, we can't. They took it from us.
That's gone.
Even though there's no evidence that the Pats cheated.
Can I say this?
We don't have a first-round pick. It would be the 29th pick. We don't have it. For reasons that it is still unclear whether there's any evidence that proves anything, and we lost our first-round pick at $1 million.
Right.
Because our owner made some sort of backroom handshake deal thinking that they were going to exonerate Brady, and then they didn't, and now we have no first-round pick.
Well, that you should look into more. Why did he make that handshake deal?
I don't know. I think they're buddies, and he just wanted it to go away.
It's crazy.
It's terrible. We don't have a first-round pick, Sal.
You'll be all right.
We might have Marcus Cannon starting a playoff game next year. Just shoot
You
me.
should hope. Let me ask you this: if Pete Carroll doesn't do Belichick a favor and throw on second down, 2nd and 1, after Belichick runs all of Brady's time down to nothing,
We have no Super Bowls.
combined with this, is the narrative that the game is passing Belichick by. I think we get a little of that.
Yeah. He did not coach a good game yesterday.
No.
I did not like how they coached.
Yeah.
I thought Gary Kubiak and Wade Phillips outcoached Belichick and McDaniels.
Yeah.
That was not a good McDaniels game.
You needed 21 points. 21.
I have a new show for you.
Oh, God, let's hear it.
Let's break up the sadness. It's on Hulu.
Uh-huh.
Time travel show.
Uh-huh.
James Franco. You
Yeah.
like James Franco? Gets sent back in time through a cupboard.
Through a what?
Through a cupboard.
A cupboard?
A cupboard. Yeah,
What?
a cupboard.
Okay.
It's always spelled cupboard.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Through a cupboard to prevent the assassination of JFK. The problem is that the past doesn't like to be changed, and it dispatches dangerous drivers and knife-wielding opponents and an army of cockroaches to stop Franco.
What?
You think he's going to be able to stop the shooting and prevent the president from getting assassinated, but weird shit just keeps happening. It's called, here's the-
Wait. Can I guess?
What?
Well, I want to. Wait, hold on. Give me a second. James Franco, JFK,
Yeah.
assassination,
Time travel.
time travel.
Weird shit keeps happening.
I got nothing. I'm sorry. What
All
is
right,
it?
it's called 11/22/63. This is actually a real show. You thought I was kidding. That's an actual show on Hulu.
The description was
Yeah,
really...
I swerved. I swerved on you. That's
Wow.
a real show. James Franco, 11/22/63.
No, it isn't.
It's- I
There's
swear
not
to
even a
God,
pun in there or
it's
anything.
based on a Stephen King book.
What?
Yeah,
Oh, boy.
James Franco traveling in time through a cupboard to prevent JFK's assassination.
Shouldn't he have prevented the night he hosted the Oscars? Wasn't that the worst? Wasn't that
true.
worst moment in history than the assassination?
I was so happy. I saw that. I was like,
Oh, that's a good one.
yeah, I was excited.
That's a good one.
You know, Sal, we have Valentine's Day coming up.
Not for my wife, we don't.
Not very. Oh, this is great. I have some Valentine's Day ideas for you.
All right.
Every February, we let our wives down.
Is it free? Yeah.
We disappoint them. We make them feel like we just don't care. So
I'm with you.
let's flip the narrative. Even though you've lost all your money and you have to
I was
start
with
selling
you.
things.
Now I don't know.
Let's get them the world's most comfortable underwear. Let's get them MeUndies.
All right.
Does Mrs. Cuz like to wear comfy boxers?
Sure.
Get her those.
Yeah.
Does she like to wear comfy ladies' underwear? I bet she does.
Oh, my God,
Get her
yeah.
those. This is great.
All right.
MeUndies also has a February's limited edition underwear design from legendary artist Keith Haring. This retro design is inspired by love, making the perfect Valentine's Day gift, especially if you've lost thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars in round 3. And for the ladies out there, get your boyfriend or husband a pair of the French Terry joggers. He'll never take them off. I've worn mine for so long that my wife derisively nicknamed them Tom.
Oh, yeah.
That's a true story, too. That's as
Yeah.
true as the James Franco. Order before February 4th in the USA to make sure your pair arrives in time for Valentine's Day. Head to MeUndies.com/BS. Right now, you get free shipping. You get 20% off your first order. All right, Super Bowl line.
So wait, hold on. Like, sweetheart, yeah, I got you these. They're used MeUndies. I bought them.
I bought them on eBay?
I got my 20% off from the promo, and then I get an extra 30% off because I do the podcast. But no, it's a thought that counts.
No, they wouldn't be used. They'll be new.
I know. I'm going to have to buy them used. I'm going to have to get an even better deal.
Oh, that's how much money you
Yeah,
lost?
yeah, that's a lot.
Are there used MeUndies?
I'll find them if they're on.
Maybe like only worn one time?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fine.
All right, Super Bowl line.
Okay.
I said 6.5 Carolina. You said 5.5 Carolina. I don't actually know what the answer is,
Oh,
so
come
tell us.
on.
I know. I
How
try
do you
not to
not
look.
see a
I
Super
try not to
Bowl line?
look. What is it?
4.5 minus 120.
So you hit it. You beat
No,
me.
I said 5.5.
No, but you beat me.
Oh, I
beat you
yeah.
for the year,
Oh,
I
you
think.
killed me for the year. Yeah. Yeah.
You stopped even giving
I
the
started
year-long
after week
tally.
17. I don't even
When
count.
was the last time you beat me for the year?
It was before we even ever did this. I had a dream. No, I beat you.
So they
No.
put that line in the Vegas zone, which makes total sense because the missed PAT rule has wreaked havoc with all these scores.
Oh, yeah.
And every score has been weird. Like we had a friggin' 20-18 score yesterday.
Right.
To decide who goes to the Super Bowl.
Now, on the surface,
Yeah.
Olsen will be difficult to cover. Carolina's linebackers, even the ones with broken arms, will have a field day on Peyton Manning. But here are things that you should know about this game.
Okay.
Corolla's betting the Carolina big.
Corolla's
Our
betting
friend-
Carolina.
our
Did
friend-
Corolla bet on the Pats?
Yes. Our friend Daniel's betting Carolina big.
That's a terrible combo.
15-1 teams in the Super Bowl are 2-4.
Ugh.
30-point conference champion winners or more are 2-5 in the Super Bowl. Just be careful. Be careful out
Let's be careful out there.
there. I think so. Right? I mean, you're not going to make a pick now, but you're leaning. All Patriots fans are leaning Carolina anyway because they're mad.
We're just irrational. Do you realize that Brady in the conference championship weekend or the Super Bowl, or conference championship weekend and the Super Bowl, he's 1-5 against the Manning family?
Okay, I saw that.
That hurts. That hurts my feelings.
That's pretty
He's
bad.
won 4 Super Bowls. They've combined won 3. Peyton's only won 1.
But
And yet,
against them.
it is stupid that we give the QB just gets the win. Like the record. Like the record just goes to the QB. Like yesterday, Denver's
yeah.
D is like the one that won that game.
Oh, yeah.
Manning, I guess, didn't turn the ball over except for the one time when he threw it backwards and they whistled it dead.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it hurts. The Mannings.
I know it does.
Every
buddy.
time I think
I'm
Brady
sorry.
has clinched the Brady Manning rivalry, then some other stupid thing happens,
the
and then
worst
it's
part
kind
of
of
this.
up in the air still.
Yeah, that's the worst part of this for you, I think.
4 Super Bowls, 10 AFC title games, and he's going to play for another 5 years. And if
Brady,
the roles were
yeah.
reversed yesterday, if you just switch quarterbacks in those games, I think the Patriots lose by 50.
You needed that game to be home. You needed that game to be home.
Yeah.
How happy are you? You didn't play the Steelers in the second round. Big deal.
Home field advantage. It reminded me a little bit, and there's a lot of Spurs-Patriots parallels anyway, just in general, how they do it year after year and how smart they are, and they're trying to cut corners and be the ingenuity, all that stuff. But last year, the Spurs messed around with the regular season and ended up they had to play in the road in round 1 with the Clippers, and they were one of the 2 best teams in the West. They just screwed it up. They got 2 lackadaisical, and then when it counted, Game 7 was here in L.A.
Right.
And the same thing with the Pats. Like, they got too cute. They tried to sneak it by, and it killed them. There's no way Denver wins in 20 degrees in New England.
No.
It doesn't happen.
Get the freaking 1 seed.
We also didn't mention how good Von Miller was in that game.
Yeah,
I mean, we did, but we
spectacular.
should really, that was one of the best games I've ever seen a defensive player
Yeah,
play. He
all
did
those
everything.
guys.
He was amazing.
Yeah, you want to
Where
scream
was
that he
good.
was offsides, but they were just
Felt like he
timing
was
it
offsides,
just
yeah.
right. I don't know, maybe a little bit, but they were timing it just right.
I've never seen anyone time Brady like that. It was
Doesn't he usually
was
do a hard
wired in.
count? Like, doesn't
Yeah.
it mix it up a little? Everything was a little bit off with them.
Man, Denver. Sometimes you have places that, you just don't feel good.
Pittsburgh could have put him away 3 times. Your game yesterday. San Diego was beating them week 17. Very
So are we doing a pod next week?
Yeah,
You're
we
just gonna
usually
call
do it.
in?
Oh, come in.
I had an idea for next week. So on
Well,
iTunes,
we do the props.
Oh yeah, we'll do the props.
Yeah, we usually do like the middle of the week or something.
I had an idea for our listeners.
Yeah.
On iTunes, you can leave those reviews. Under the podcast, which you could leave under the BS podcast.
Right.
We'll do an iTunes mailbag.
Oh, okay.
How about that?
All right.
So we'll do the props and then we'll take some questions. So if you go on my iTunes page,
Let's do that.
leave questions, and then we can search for them because I think it says they have different search tabs, and one of them is most recent. So just leave us questions there, and then we'll answer like the best 5 or 6. We'll give your little account a shout out.
Yeah. Try to be really mean.
Yeah, you can
'cause
be
that's
mean.
what sells.
Kill us. Yeah, we're fine. We'll read the funniest ones.
There you go.
All right, last thing, Royal Rumble.
Yeah, I just had it written down.
Did you watch?
I only watched the Royal Rumble, the 30-man thing.
My son was, by the time Sunday rolled around, it was like a UFO was landing in our backyard. I've never seen him more
Really?
fired up or more excited about anything. My
Wow.
dad and my stepmother were here. My daughter, my wife, myself, and him. We wrote out all the numbers. We did the hat.
Oh, nice.
We pick. He picks out the first number. It's number 1. So he knows he's getting Roman Reigns because I read it on the internet. So he flips out. He's doing great. My dad teases him that he rigged the number 1. He throws a total tantrum.
no.
It was great. It was awesome.
Oh, no.
So anyway, my dad got number 30.
Right.
And then we're watching the whole thing. And I thought Daniel Bryan was going to come out at number 30. And my son didn't know about that. And he would have his head would have exploded.
Oh, really?
And then it was Triple H.
Don't you read online? I mean, that's what stinks about this. You could bet these now.
Oh, they have this stuff?
Well, and I looked, and Triple H is minus 130 to win the Royal Rumble. All right, so he's gonna win.
We could have bet this?
Yeah. Yeah.
That seems like easy money.
I know.
So,
Panthers over. Triple H would have been the parlay.
so he's going nuts for Reigns, and then Triple H tossed him.
Yeah.
And then it was Triple H Ambrose. And I got excited because I thought I thought this might be our Ambrose Piper moment that we've been calling for forever, where he wins it, then he turns on Reigns, becomes a bad guy, and that becomes the main event.
Now it's got to be Triple H. Now, what does Ben say about everyone's booing Reigns the whole time? Because he did that thing, Reigns, where he was hurt. He was thrown through the
It's
table.
a terrible move.
I don't
Why?
it's
I hate when
stupid.
they disappear and come back.
And for a half hour, and there's no doubt he's coming back. And then he comes back, thunderous boos.
Yeah.
And Triple H gets announced, over the top cheer. It's not what they're going for.
No, but they usually roll with whatever the reaction
Yeah,
is.
they do.
My son, I wish I'd had a GoPro because they're doing the things and bad wrestlers are coming out. Like I had Gold Dust, he comes out. My son's like, cross him off now, because I'm having a list of each guy.
That's great.
He stinks.
That's great.
AJ Styles was great though. That was a great signing by them.
Yeah,
I think they needed like that guy who can have the 40-minute matches.
Mm-hmm. And they had Kevin Owens limping to the ring because he had a previous match with Ambrose, right? Limping.
It's a fake.
Took him a minute and a half to get to the ring, and then just house of fire. Just forgot all about the limp.
It was like Peyton Manning yesterday for one drive.
Yep.
But they're in a weird place right now because they so many of their guys are injured that they have to bring Triple H back to headline a main event in 2016. Yeah. Although they're in trouble because it's so uncharacteristic of Triple H to insert himself in a big storyline and make himself the center of attention.
Yeah,
he never does that.
You don't see that,
He never puts himself over. He's usually so much more magnanimous.
After WrestleMania, after the Royal Rumble, they ran like the lead up to last year's WrestleMania, which we were at.
Yeah.
And we were in a lot of the shots. Our kids. I have to show you. Because they show the, what was the thing? Where you go to shop. Where there's a...
Oh, the WWE store?
The WWE store. But what's it called?
Fan Experience or whatever it's called?
Yeah, they had that. And they had like just under the tunnel and everything. Like you could see.
Really?
Obviously in the corner by the ring.
But you don't want to go this year.
I don't know. It's in Dallas, right? You want to go?
I'll tell you, my son wants to go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dallas. We stay at Romo's house.
It's in April. We could stay with Romo. That'd be a good time.
It'd be good. Romo's got 4 years left.
People thought they saw him at the Broncos game. You see that picture going around the internet?
Yeah.
Some guy with a beer and a Broncos hat on, sitting with the fans, and they thought that was Tony Romo. Doesn't seem likely.
Doesn't seem conceivable. Anything else? Any TV you're watching?
No, just the fake stuff. Just all the fake stuff. Just the Home Depot. But on Jimmy Kimmel Live tonight, I hit the beach and throw snowballs at tourists who are taunting their family and friends back home because of Jonas. Also, Chris Pine is on, Lena Headey, and Panic at the Disco. Jack Black, Shaq, and Hannibal Buress later in the week. And ESPN, they don't let me pick the Pro Bowl, so next week I'll be on. And hit me on Twitter at Cousin Sal.
Jack Black Shaq, is that a rapper?
Jack
Or
Black
is that
Shaq.
those are two different people?
No, I didn't realize one is it.
Jack Black Shaq would be a good rapper name.
That would be fun. They should get it together.
Thanks to MeUndies for sponsoring today's show. Head to MeUndies.com/BS right now to get the world's most comfortable underwear for your significant other. Order before February 4th in the USA to make sure your pair arrives in time for Valentine's Day. And if you don't have a Valentine, treat yourself to some MeUndies. Do a little self-valentining. Head to MeUndies.com/BS now to get free shipping, 20% off your first order. Thanks to HBO, we have a new episode of Real Sports premiering on Tuesday night, January 26th. You can watch on HBO or HBO Now. Download the free app today. Thanks to SeatGeek, the presenting sponsor of the BS podcast and Channel 33. Subscribe to both podcasts on iTunes, Stitcher, or SoundCloud. And thanks to Joe Fuentes, who's in the house.
There he is.
Joe Fuentes on the team.
He's kind of in the house. He just now looked up from his phone after an hour.
He's running BSPN.
That's awesome. Good for you, Joe.
Or BS Podcast Network.
Right.
Yeah. I guess the acronym could be BSPN.
Works.
Thanks to everybody who sent me nice emails yesterday about the Pats and the great run we had. Oh, wait, I didn't really get any. That's fine. That's fine. It's a good run. It's a good run. It's fine. I get it. We're America's villain.
I probably got 800 tweets that said, don't let Simmons off the hook about blank. And just Belichick. Fourth down. Like I know what to cover. I'm sorry. That was a terrible, terrible loss.
Terrible. I mean, Mike, 18 points.
You can't miss the extra point.
Come on, Guskowski. All right. We'll be back later in the week with more BS podcasts. Until then, enjoy the rest of the Monday.
Good job by you.
Good job, babe.
We about this bitch. Anytime y'all want to see me again, rewind this track right here, close your eyes, and picture me rolling.